Right now at 6, Wisconsin paychecks could be getting bigger, but there's a catch. And water rates could spike in Eau Claire. How much the proposal would increase prices.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken has the night off. In Madison, the Assembly passing a bill eliminating taxes on overtime and tips. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom with what's next. Grace.
The bills passed by bipartisan support last week. Tomorrow they head to the Senate. The no tax on tips bill would allow workers to claim a state income tax subtraction for tips earned from 2025 through 2028.
For a lot of folks, it really is going to mean some real dollars back in their pocket.
Similar to the federal bill that was passed in July, workers can deduct up to $25,000 on tips.
It's just going to mean how much you actually earn in tips on how much you get to keep. So there are many either part-time, but there's a lot of people that are full-time as well. And the more tips you get.
The no tax on overtime bill would allow single filers to claim up to $12,500 per year and joint filers up to $25,000. Individuals earning more than $250,000 or $500,000 as a family would not be eligible. One lawmaker says the bills will help Wisconsinites make the most of their paychecks.
I think it's a good thing in terms of affordability and really not taking money that we shouldn't have been taking to begin with.
Documents from the Department of Revenue say the state would lose an estimated $6.7 billion on cash tips and $150 million on overtime per year.
I think it's a good thing in terms of affordability and really not taking money that we shouldn't have been taking to begin with.
If the bills pass, workers in Wisconsin will be able to subtract those from both federal and state income taxes. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Developing news out of Minnesota, the DOJ serving grand jury subpoenas to Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Attorney General Keith Ellison. It's part of an investigation accusing the officials of obstruction of federal law enforcement. It comes as anti-ICE protests continue almost 2 weeks after Renee Good was fatally shot. Governor Walz responding on social media saying in part, quote, "My focus has been protecting the people of this state, not protecting myself. Minnesota will not be intimidated into silence, and neither will I." A La Crosse man suspected of being involved in an armed robbery case appeared in court today. 26-year-old Braxton Sullivan pleaded no contest and was found guilty of burglary and intimidation charges. 3 other charges, including armed robbery and recklessly endangering safety, were dismissed but read into the record. Sullivan and 2 other men allegedly tried to rob victims on Redfield Street last June over a $10,000 drug debt. Shots were fired when they didn't get the money. Sullivan received 5 years probation and must complete 100 hours of community service. An Eau Claire man accused of killing someone while driving drunk has entered not guilty pleas today. Anthony Reyes faces charges including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and first-degree reckless homicide. The 27-year-old is accused of fleeing police twice before crashing into Jack Ritchie's car on West Claremont Avenue. Ritchie died in the crash. In Eau Claire, a public hearing was held for a water rate increase. Last July, the city submitted paperwork to the state to hike costs. Right now, residents are billed quarterly and pay $77. The hike plan would raise bills by 20%. Now, if approved, the increase would start May 1st.
Well, it definitely felt much better this morning, even though we were below zero. We didn't have the wind chill, and with a lot of sunshine out there and fairly light winds, we were able to get up into the teens and upper single digits too. So all in all, much better than we've had for Monday. It's going to get even better for Wednesday too. So get out and enjoy this. For this evening, still, it's going to be kind of coldish. Steady temperatures with a lot of cloud cover, and this is going to be the theme overnight too. Temperatures fairly steady, not too much in the way of a wind chill. Now there could be a little bit of light snow comes in the picture here later for La Crosse. Just some light activity now. It's significant any accumulation. Notice the temperature just slowly coming back down to 11 degrees by 10 p.m. with fairly light winds. Now overall currently we are in the teens to single digits. As I mentioned, you're not going to change these temperatures too much overnight. If we look at the snow, really it's now Rochester to just north, getting closer to Winona. You can see the visibility has dropped a little bit. We're expecting maybe down to 3 to 4 miles, which is not a lot of snow. It won't be accumulating too much. Further south, we're just going to have another few hours before we start seeing it get close to Preston and eventually to Core. As you can see, road conditions are absolutely fine. Austin there has come down to 4 miles. Give you an idea what we're going to see here later tonight. Now, coming up, once we have the snow tonight, we have more snow tomorrow. It's going to be the extreme cold that we're going to be dealing with going Thursday night all the way through Saturday. So it is the coldest part of the year, and we're going to have probably the coldest temperatures of the year so far. We'll explain all that a bit later.
Yep, you keep reminding us. All right, thanks, Greg. A News 8 follow-up on Alaska Police Chief Charles Ashbeck retiring today. A farewell celebration took place at City Hall. Ashbeck was in law enforcement for 30 years. During his career, Ashbeck served as chief of police for 19 years, with the last 6.5 as the Onalaska chief.
Sometimes I feel like it hasn't been that long, but then I think back of different situations or incidences that I responded to, and I think, wow, that was 20 years ago. So I guess I have been around for a while.
Assistant Chief Tim Berg will serve as interim chief. Ashbeck says a permanent replacement will likely be named in the spring. UWL Chancellor James Beebe giving his spring welcome address this morning. Beebe touted the school's record enrollment numbers as well as the school's priorities for the future.
We need to make sure that we continue to be a university where people are the priority. Why are we so successful? We're so successful because we focus on students, and we're so successful because we have people that care about the work they do.
Beebe also said the university is ready to launch its UWL Forward Plan, which will prioritize the community to continue advancing the university. Winona State University breaking ground on its newest residence hall. Foundation Hall will help meet the growing students' housing needs, offering 340 beds with air conditioning, private bathrooms, hammock spaces, and a patio.
It's to give students an absolutely best quality experience. You know, students are in the classroom anywhere between 12 to 15 hours a week, but for those students who are moved or freshmen and sophomores who are living on campus, we need to give it so they feel they're comfortable and that they have a great place to live.
The hall is set to be ready for students by the fall of 2027. Still to come, Netflix makes a bold move, what the streaming service is now offering to acquire Warner Brothers. And President Trump heads to Switzerland. His message ahead of the World Economic Forum.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, more companies are going shoe-free in the workplace for some good reasons. We'll tell you more. Nicole is tracking a wintry Wednesday. We'll have the details when we see you at 5 a.m.
Hurry in and get the furniture of your dreams when you shop Menards selection of indoor furniture. From cozy sectionals to comfy recliners and so much more. Find the comfort and style that works for you. Plus, big savings on furniture you can take home today. At these prices, they won't last long. Hurry in. When they're gone, they're gone. Plus, get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag with Menards Bag Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Bort Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
President Trump is traveling to Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum as tensions rise with European leaders over his push to acquire Greenland. The president marked 1 year since returning to office by highlighting economic accomplishments. He posted a doctored image showing Greenland and Canada covered with American flags and disclosed a private message from French President Macron questioning his Greenland plans.
We need more growth, we need more stability in this world, but we do prefer respect to bullies.
Trump says Greenland is needed for national security and has threatened tariffs on countries that resist. The president says he's agreed to various meetings with allies at the forum and insists there will be no backing down on Greenland. And developing news tied to Vice President J.D. Vance and Usha Vance, the couple are expecting their fourth child. The pair breaking the news on Instagram. They also revealed the gender, a boy. Usha is the first spouse of a vice president to be pregnant while holding the title of Second Lady. The Supreme Court heard arguments today about a Hawaii law limiting guns in places like shops, gas stations, and bars. The state law, dubbed the Vampire Rule, prohibits people from bringing a firearm on private property open to the public without prior permission from the owner. 3 plaintiffs argue the law violates the Second Amendment. The case centers on 2 key constitutional issues: private property rights and gun rights.
A lot of what we hear this morning is trying to figure out what is our nation's history and tradition. And there's, interestingly, a great deal of discussion about property rights. What do private property owners really have the ability to say when it comes to whether or not somebody's going to walk onto their property with a firearm?
A ruling is expected by the end of June. The Minnesota woman behind the Minnesota fraud scheme is speaking out for the first time since her trial. Last year, Amy Bach was convicted in a $250 million plot to defraud a government program to feed hungry children. Investigators say Block collected bribes and kickbacks from meal site operators. Bach faces up to 33 years in prison. Well, Netflix now revising its offer for Warner Brothers Discovery. It's now prepared to pay all cash. The offer stands at $27.75 per share. The 2 companies hope that offer will fend off Paramount's hostile takeover bid. There's a new champion of the college football world, the Indiana Hoosiers, winning their first ever national title, beating the Miami Hurricanes 27-21. The Hoosiers entered the year with the most all-time losses in college football history, but Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza and head coach Kirk Cignetti did what everyone thought was impossible.
We won the national championship at Indiana University. It can be done. I would die for my guys in the field the same way I do for myself. We put on the line and we got that dub. Let's go.
Now the win is even more personal for Mendoza, who grew up within walking distance from the University of Miami and was able to celebrate with his family on the field. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, we got more snow tonight for some, and then everyone might see more snow for the PM commute Wednesday, and then we have a lot of cold conditions for Friday all the way through the weekend. So we'll break all that down coming up on your First One weather update after the break.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, when you spend $4.99 or more, pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping on Thomas Cole and Prana Sleep. The Something for Nothing sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah. Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours, Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Get a sleep like no other on an Heirloom mattress from Home Sleep Express. And right now, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom, the perfect sleep, night after night. At Home Sleep Express.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have the cold. That's the Friday through Saturday, which is going to be the big deal. But in the meantime, we still got some snow that's going to impact travel here for some for tonight, a lot for others probably for tomorrow. But for tonight, the only advisory really is just south of Prairie du Chien, and that area could pick up 2 to 4 inches. Pretty much that rate could be there. It'll extend probably overnight. We'll get snow further north up to I-90. You just won't accumulate too much, but that doesn't mean you can't have some slick roads overall as we go throughout the event. It's a very light snow event, not coming down as a heavy rate, which is typical, once again, to see a lot of that in January, too. Overall, if we track it right now, we see the precipitation is still struggling to come to the ground, so a lot of this may not reach it, especially further north. But as this system passes well to the south, we're on the northern edge of it, it's going to kind of dive southeastward. So eventually, Decorah, Rochester's already seen some reduction. La Crosse probably until about 9 to 10 you'll start seeing some, but generally I think you might see a brief period of 1 to 2, which is very little amounts there accumulating. Right there you could see probably Decorah down to 1 mile from about 10 to 11. That'll accumulate snowfall at that rate then on the roads. Otherwise, as you go further north, it doesn't rule out we can't see flurries all the way to Eau Claire. It just won't accumulate. This batch will then continue to push east. Crawford, then Richland County will continue to see that probably until about 2 to 3. It will not impact the morning commute. We may still have some slick roads for some areas, but overall will be dry. We'll see the next, as the winds turn around from the southwest, there's going to be a cold front that'll be diving south. We'll start seeing a little bit of activity for Eau Claire, potentially flurry activity as we get closer to noon. It's then afternoon that you start seeing a little bit of a convective band here that could develop that'll push through probably after about 2 getting to west of the river, and then about 3 to 4 you're going to see this push across, and this could put down maybe about 1 inch or 2, maybe even more as we go between about 3 to 6. So something to keep in mind because it is going to hit during the evening commute, and we have decent banding going on across it. So I think some areas could get up over 3 inches potentially with that band. Behind it, even though it's out of here probably by 7, we'll have lingering showers throughout the nighttime. Could see minor accumulation, but the wind will be the story, so we could have a little bit of blowing, drifting right behind this, and we'll continue to see these bands of snow showers come through all the way through the night as it'll remain quite breezy too. So drifting could be a problem going into Thursday morning, but snow accumulation won't be that much. That's what you're going to see tonight. Some of those areas further south could get close to 3, much less or nothing really as you go further north. Tomorrow it's a little bit of a different story too, and there's still a little bit of question exactly where the track of this band will be. But for right now, I think some areas in that band could get into that 2 to 4 inch range. It'd be a narrow little area, but that will come through with a little bit of breezy conditions off and on to do some blowing and drifting. Tomorrow's highs, get out and enjoy it. We may not see that for at least another week for seeing some 20s above 0 too. As we go into Thursday, overall it's going to be cooler. We're going to be back into the teens, single digits. The winds will start picking up in the afternoon behind another cold front, and then we get into the deep freeze, and that's why we do have the alert day conditions going on. Once again, temperatures 15 to 30 below temp-wise, but the coldest wind chill looks like right now Friday morning we could be sitting near 40 below. Some areas a little bit colder. That definitely is the day that's probably the most dangerous, but we will have a cold, and you can see there's extreme cold watch out for that. So we'll get more into details on that later, but otherwise, once we get past Sunday morning, we start to kind of thaw out a little bit towards early part of next week, and we should climb at least closer to average for the first part of next week. So don't discount some travel issues through Wednesday with snow, but then obviously all your attention turns to the cold temperatures, especially Saturday morning. We're getting into the issue where pipes and everything else can be a little bit of an issue.
Right. So enjoy the nice high we're going to have tomorrow.
23, yeah, it's going to be balmy.
It's going to be great.
23.
Wonderful. Love it. All right, coming up next in sports, hear from Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard on the terrific tandem in the Badger backcourt, plus a Green Bay defensive back released by the organization. Details on the move next with Jacob.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, like what happens to polite society, man?
When your flooring's in jeopardy, ain't nobody safe.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, we've got it all. Playful daycare, cozy overnight boarding, and a boutique full of treats, toys, and gear. Your pup gets love, care, and plenty of tail-wagging fun, and you get peace of mind. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the season was sort of teetering for the Wisconsin men's basketball team not too long ago, but the Badgers have looked much better lately, having rattled off wins in their last 4 games. Wisconsin is alone at 3rd place in a stacked Big Ten conference with a 5-2 mark against league foes thanks to their recent stretch. The Badger backcourt of John Blackwell and Nick Boyd have really found a groove and look more comfortable together with each game, and Greg Gard says the highest scoring tandem in the Big Ten have been instrumental in the recent success.
I think they both have done a good job of understanding how important the other is and both keeping their aggressiveness and functioning together. So, 45 days ago I would have said that we're not in sync with each other. Now I think I've seen a lot of really good play on the floor from both of them.
And with his fantastic performances a week ago against Minnesota and Rutgers, John Blackwell named Big Ten Player of the Week. He averaged 23 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. It's his second such honor of the season. And what a last 24 hours for former Prairie du Chien Blackhawks star athlete Blake Thierry, as he can now call himself a national champion after Indiana won the college football playoff title game last night. Thierry utilized his red shirt this past season, but the former Wisconsin Wisconsin's Small School Offensive Player of the Year will certainly look to make an impact on the field next season. And some news out of Green Bay today. 19 days after claiming him off waivers, the Packers have released cornerback Trayvon Diggs. The former two-time Pro Bowler recorded 3 tackles in 2 games with the team and took just 1 snap in the NFC wildcard game, that one right there in Chicago. Had Green Bay have wanted to keep Diggs, they would have owed him $14.5 million in 2026. There is a chance he signs back for a cheaper deal with the Packers, but the 27-year-old defensive back will now hit free agency for the first time in his career.
He related to Stefon Diggs.
Brother, yeah.
That's his brother.
That's his brother.
I didn't know that.
And we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here for the News 8 Pick'em. A big week by the News 8 sports team. Kate and I both going 4 for 4. Ken had 3. Emily, not your best week. You got 1 right, but
I got 1
still time
right.
left.
Yeah, the Texans didn't pull through, but I mean, we're keeping it interesting.
It's close,
I think
yeah.
I was at top, now I'm 3rd,
Yeah.
and there's still a chance anything could happen.
A lot of room for air for different sides here. David Sprinkle is our winner. He guessed the Bears-Rams game perfectly.
Oh,
for the score.
good.
So he was 4 for 4 and guessed the score perfect. So
Nice,
congrats
good
to
for him.
Yep.
Congrats. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
The Menards Bag Sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. How much will you save? Finish up your projects or even get date night started. You're not going to want to miss this. Hurry in while there's still time to see how much you can fit in the bag. Don't miss this chance to save big at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag.
Save big money at Menards.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
All right, snow tonight for south of I-90. That's where the accumulating snow will be. Then we have more tomorrow afternoon that could impact the evening commute. That's something to keep an eye on. And then the dangerous cold coming Thursday night, and you can see those temperatures right there. 20 to 30 below coming probably by Sunday, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Actual temperatures, too.
Actual. Well, of course, they're actual temperatures,
well,
right?
it could be wind chill.
Okay, that's true. All right, thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you at 10.